With the Pilates wall, you can do Pilates movements on the floor, just like you can with the reformer. But we also like the idea that you can do Pilates movements standing. So naturally, the body is strongest when you're upright. So it's a unique take on doing Pilates type movements to be on your feet, and that's what our wall system really promotes. So you can get really creative with it, and we understand that these moves are not all Pilates specific. You know, some of them are, some of them aren't. It's a take on Pilates, and so bear with us and don't be too judgmental, please. But we're doing a mix of stretching and unique strength training that can be very Pilates-like. So we'll leave it at that. So here I'm doing a little tricep push, and then now I'm going to get upright, and it's going to feel just a little bit different. And I'm always being pulled into the wall with this, so I'm also working on my balance. All right, for today's flex and stretch video, where we're combining some stretching with some flexing, we're going to start with a really high reach, and I'm going to flex that left arm with a little static hold. Now, typically I would do this much longer, just want to show you guys this, but try to do a little hold there, or you can do some pulses, you know, for 10 to 15 or 10 to 15 seconds. Then I want you to do some windmills here. So standing really tall, going back and forth. So this is a ton of core as well, and balance. So my legs are turned on here, and so is my core, just to make sure I don't get flung back into the wall. That doesn't ever show up in these videos, just how much your balance is being challenged as you're always being pulled back towards the wall. Now I'm just doing a little stretch here. Typically I'd walk out farther, but I want to stay on tape for you guys. And then this direction's much harder. So really a lot of rear delts here, and low back is turned on here to make sure I don't, you know, lean forward. And now some triceps, and I'm just going to throw in a little bit of walking with it, just because I like to do that. I like to mix in lower body as much as possible. It's good for your balance. And now I'm going to go with a really high reach, up and down, so hard after those other ones. Then finally I'm going to do some stretching here and a few reps. So this angle is really great for those rear delts, doing some reps here and just a big stretch to that shoulder. I have some really intense workouts, but some days I go really light and make it more about stretching. And so that's the case here, where I've got the bands connected much higher than typical. And I did some what are called good mornings for my lower back and hamstrings. And then I did some squats and now some trunk rotation. So if these bands were connected lower, this would be much harder. Now onto some calf raises. This is just a light day. So mixing in some shoulder presses here. Not real heavy ones, just kind of getting some good blood flow and reaching high. And now I'm pressing in front. This one really burns, actually. This isn't that easy. Now when you do the good mornings from this angle, it's more of an ab move. So I'm crunching down with those abs while working on my posture. This is a nice light shoulder raise, but it's harder than you think, even though it's pretty light. And now I'm going to do a little shoulder press from behind the neck. For this stretch and flex workout, I've got my hands on top of the straight bar. You can also do this with just one wall unit, of course. Now my hands are underneath. This is a much more intense stretch to have the hands underneath. Now I'm turning sideways, really stretching that chest and shoulder on the left side there, that second part. Now I'm going to do a little static hold. This is great for your posture. Feeling this in my triceps. Now I'm trying to pull it down with a pretty straight arm. Really tough. Now just a traditional lat and shoulder stretch, keeping those legs pretty straight. And now I'm rotating a little bit, so I'm feeling this through my back some more. And now I love this leg stretch. All right, so the bar is actually aiding me, and now I've got a little bit of a back squeeze as I'm holding that bar on my chest. Okay, and then finally I'm doing some aided lunges. Right, so the bar is actually pulling me up. Legs are a little sore today, so I'm enjoying this nice easy lunge and stretch day.